Since I saw that the top 5 worst decisions you can make in Bloodborne had a good reception, I thought that I might as well do one about Dark Souls 3 because boy oh boy are there some bad decisions you can make in this one. Let's go! Before Elden Mimic, people had to get a little more creative with finding an easy mode for Fromsoft's games. And when I say creative, I mean opening their browsers and typing best weapon in insert game title. In Dark Souls 1 we had Giant Dad with Sveinhunter, followed by the Rings of Favor and Havel, or maybe fast-rolling Havel armor. Dark Souls 2 had Lightning Stock, and Dark Souls 3 has the sharpened Sellsword Twin Blades. Difficulty-wise, if you want to turn a Fromsoftware game into a Ubisoft game, look no further than the weapon who could potentially start and end World War III in the blink of an eye. With 40 decks, Pontiff's right eye and the old wolf curved sword for a damage buff for consecutive hits, and bang, no bosses will ever be a problem for you. Nameless King? A bag filled with disappointment. Champion Gondir? Tutorial boss all over again. Soul of Cinder? Damn, ending credits already? When did I defeat the boss? Well, you get the point. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding experience where bosses will get the best of you until you adapt and overcome them, choose anything else in the weapon catalog. However, if you just want to enjoy the story or want to compensate for how much of an utter failure your life is by commenting on forums how you first tried bosses that are universally regarded as huge roadblocks, and conveniently not mentioning your build, then by any means, enjoy the L1 Mashing Festival. The Mound Makers are a pretty cool covenant. The concept behind it is a one-time super original appearance. Mound Makers are insane enough to fight anyone standing, NPCs, Red Phantoms, Blue Bros, hosts, even themselves, but here's the twist. If a Mound Maker shows signs of being a chill dude and the host allows him to stay, he can help the host with the fighting. However, the host is still a target.
But what the hell, but
So at any moment there can be some backstabbing. Playing as one is nice, but joining them is a whole different story. For starters, it's the only missable covenant in the game, and the chances of missing it are huge because you only have 2 opportunities and both can be nullified relatively close to the beginning of the game. You'll most likely miss it the first time around, or even the second, and then have to do a third playthrough just to get to them. Firstly, find the NPC with a cell on its back. He has exactly the same design as the others who aggro on you with as much as a sniff of your balls sweat, so good luck not instinctively attacking this one first. Doing so doesn't matter though, because if you rest, he'll spawn back. The problem is realizing you could inspect the cage in the first place. Killing the tree, however, will screw you temporarily, or at least until you defeat Aldrich. That is if you follow Sirris' questline. I gotta say, following her quest is peak from Cryptsoft. The only way to discover where she's going is to open the menu of items the lady sells at Firelink Shrine and check in the green blossom that is a bit different from the others. And reading its description, it will reveal that she's gone to face her grandfather or something like that, and it's up to you to put 2 and 2 together and realize her grandfather is Hodrick. She'll be at the Pit of Hollows. But not inside of it, no. Actually upstairs, in that zone where everything has been cleared and you'll never return because the floor is broken. And you know what? You can only fill her quest by joining Rosaria's fingers.
I have not thanked you for your generous rescue. That dark spirit was one of Rosaria's fingers.
Which is located in an area that comes hours before Aldrich, increasing the odds of messing everything up. Give me a break, Miyosake. If there's anything as memorable and staple in the franchise as getting the Master Key in Dark Souls 1 to skip Blighttown, it's doing the tree jump in Firelink Shrine. Once you discover it, there's no going back. Doing that jump gives you access to many goodies that come in handy, especially in the first levels of a character. There you can find a lizard with a twinkling titanite, a covetous silver serpent ring to get more souls and level up fast, an Estus shard to increase your healing, and if all of that wasn't enough, you also have the crows. With which you can trade items that you don't use. I hardly ever use bombs, for example, so being able to trade them for large titanite shards and get some upgrades going on early is a huge plus. And you also save yourself 20k souls, which at the beginning of the game are a huge deal. If you haven't done this yet, Do you even Dark Souls? Make your mom proud by doing some tree parkour, fellow Hollow. Be careful not to die because of gravity, or else you'll have to wait from 3 to 4 working days for the game to finish loading the Red Dead Redemption map size that is the initial area of the game. Souls games can get a bit grindy from time to time if you haven't been able to level up correctly or you want to find another way to breeze through the game. Souls aren't easy to maintain if you're a newcomer. You'll be dying over and over and losing them, which will hinder your character's progression. But don't worry. Equip the covetous serpent ring and the symbol of avarice, or chest head with a tongue longer than Nicki Minaj. Seriously, what the fuck is up with that? And you'll multiply the souls you earn by a lot. The problem with soul farming is that you'll find a route that makes this process quick, but at the same time tedious, because you'll be doing it over and over and over, so it's only natural that you want to go to the kitchen, prepare a sandwich, get some soda, and recharge your energy after dying for the 5th time to those winged knights. Your souls will be there, waiting for you, sitting tight, craving for you to come back. That is, unless you forget about removing... Yeah, congratulations. 3 million souls in 1 hour of farming have just gone straight to shit. Here's an honorable mention I threw in as an extra. Not doing Siegward's quest. His quest is the best in the whole game. From fighting a huge demon to throwing down his armor to him in a well.
Oh, my armor.
Drinking with him and releasing him from a cell, earning a slab.
A token of my thanks. Go on. It's all yours.
Then fighting a boss with him without him being a summon. It's just amazing. Not only his quest is one of the most complete quests I have ever seen in a Fromsoftware game, but also he can save Grey Rat from his demise. If you didn't know, sending Grey Rat to Irithyll to loot will earn him an early grave ticket. But if you help to Siegward in the cathedral, he'll save Grey Rat from his doom. As usual, there are a couple of things about this quest that can be like a pull through your anus type of pain. First, make sure you do every step. Not helping him with the demon in his first encounter won't matter instantly. The quest will continue, but it won't end, since he won't help you with Yorm. Which is a shame because it's a beautiful conclusion for the stories of these two characters. Secondly, patches can be a bit of a bitch to appear in the cathedral depending on the pathing that you take. I tried for 1 hour to make him appear, taking different routes, lowering and raising the bridge, but nothing happened. Luckily, I was in New Game Plus, so I could give him his armor in the well despite patches not appearing to sell it to me. And the worst thing you can ever do in Dark Souls 3 is playing PvP for medals instead of fun. Dark Souls 3 has arguably one of the worst PvPs in any FromSoul game. Here's what I think they should have removed from the game in its developing time. Infinite rolling. It's complete bullcrap. Your stamina can be the equivalent to the odds of a League of Legends player getting a girlfriend and you'll still roll. The result? Completely surrounding people and still not being able to hit them. It makes no fucking sense. Also, Ash of War spamming makes duels very bland because once a goof finds out that some of these give them hyper armor, they'll just keep trading hits with you and eventually he'll outlast you if he's the host because he has double the vials. I know Bruce Lee once said, "Don't fear the man who has practiced 1,000 moves once, but rather the man who has practiced one move 1,000 times." But damn, that's taking the saying to the limit. Something else that I have seen happen more often than in Dark Souls 1 and 2 is that people don't respect duels, or they are not interested in risking a death and losing an ember or their souls, so they'll just gank you 2v1 or 3v1 or make you think you're doing a duel, and when they see their summon is losing, they will enter the fight to even the odds. Must be because this game is more popular than the others. I mean, it outsouls the others by millions of copies, so it's only natural newcomers don't know about our made-up virgin book of rules. Don't get me wrong, I've been having tons of fun recording the footage for this video. This dude hid for the entirety of a duel, won the first round, then tried to pull the same stunt once again, but he didn't realize I'm not a full-time TikTok user, which meant he got caught in the act. I also had time to get the Dark Souls sucked out of me for good. or getting sniped the fuck out the millisecond I started an invasion. All of these were great moments that perhaps would have been ruined if I were too focused on getting those medals for the Covenant. I know it firsthand because guess who hasn't touched much grass? Miyazaki forbid mentioning the amount of hours I invested in running up and down on Orlando stairs and invading people just to reenact this meme. Ah, the connection also sucks. Donkey dong. Thank you, comrades, for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, how about giving it a like or subscribing to the channel? It helps me out. See you soon. Bye.